So let's start with the user creation. How we can create the user so that you guys can test all the things which I'll implement in my environment. You do not have to implement anything. So click on the setup. Type over here user. Now, if you see there is already one user, Tushar Mittal user is already given, which is a system admin. Okay. Remove others like integration, security, and expert. These are provided by the Salesforce for some other business purpose. Click on new. Whatever. Why it's not coming? Let me refresh. Yeah. So over there, I'm putting the email.
What shall we put there?
Where
We don't have to create a new user.
you don't have to create, but you guys should know how to create a user and what's the purpose of the user. So
Oh,
I just filled the name of the person, name, email ID of the person. Okay, that's it. Now over here we have to mention the profile. So for now I'm mentioning the profile as system admin only. Okay, and that's it. Nothing else I am doing. Clicking on save. Now if you guys see on this email ID, you will have the password link. You will got the password link. Okay, you can reset your password for this email ID, not for the Gmail one. It will be for the Salesforce key. Now your next step will be what we do in a company. You have to go login.salesforce.com, then type the username which will come on your email ID, or this email ID is the username. Okay, and whatever password you will set, Nikhil, you can set the password and let me know. So whatever password you are going to set, you can just enter and click login. Then you will be able to log into this environment in which I am currently working on, in which I am doing all the implementation. Like, let's suppose yesterday I have created the record types and all. So all these things you do not have to implement if you haven't done. Those will be done automatically by me. And you can just test as per the user story. All the things are perfectly working fine on it. Understood?
yes.
So that is how in the companies as well. For every person there is different user. Let's suppose if Rahul comes, Rahul username will be generated in the company. If Nikhil comes, Nikhil user will be created. If Abhijit comes, Abhijit user will be created. Okay, so every person logins with their ID passwords and test the system. Okay, and in the system, who is the developer? Let's suppose Tushar is the developer. Tushar reads the user story and implements the software, and you three are the testers. So you three r- read the story, like anyone read that story. Let's suppose PS50, write the test cases, and execute. So this is our testers work, and this is the developer work to implement anything, or if you found any defects, so I have to fix it. Understood my point?
Yes, Tushar.
So, yeah. So, so do you want me to discuss TS50 user story, or should I move further on this?
I think we should move further.
What about Abhijit and Rahul? Any questions on this user story TS50?
No questions. You can move forward.
Okay, let's move forward then. So very important topic. Like all the topics we are covering are important. TES 84. So yeah. So let me go on to the object manager on any of the object field. Click new. So I told you to try out all these fields, all these data types basically. But stops you to try out these. Okay. So today we'll learn what these are. Okay. What are their purposes and all. So first is the lookup relationship. Second is the master detail relationship. Basically, what these are. So there are two kinds of relationship exist in the Salesforce. So first is the master detail and another is the lookup. Okay. So in the concept over here, we have a concept called parent and child. Okay. Now, what is the parent? What is the child? We need to understand. We need to understand one, many. Okay. There are all the things are very new. So what over here is, if I tell you in a summary, we need to relate one object with another object. Like ABC can relate with the student, or account can relate with the contact, or contact can relate with the account, or contact can relate with opportunity, or opportunity can relate with the contact. Okay. So let me give you one example which Salesforce have already provided us. Then we'll go with the implementation and understand. See, now I am on the account object. This is the account record. Okay. So you can see these are the details of the this particular customer in the account record. If I go in the related, you can see I'm getting a context object. contact object. So their name is Jack Rogers. If we go on to the contact, you guys will be able to see the Jack Rogers name over here. Let's search Jack Rogers. So this is a contact record. Jack Rogers is the person who is in the contact record, contact objects only. Now, if you see account is related with the contact, how you can see? You open the account, but in the related, you're able to see the relation with the contact object. See, you're able to open the contact, okay? And vice versa will also happen. If you open the contact, this record, then you will be able to see this contact is related to which account record. So this is the account name. With this, it is linked. Understood? How the linking between these two objects are there? Any doubts or any questions? Hello, are you guys there?
No questions.
Okay. Now, so customer order. So let's suppose customer is one object, order is another object. Okay. Now customer name is Abhijit. Okay. And they want to place one order. One order. Uh, one order. Okay. Which includes, we can say, inverter. Let's suppose our client sells inverter AC. Just for example, okay. Now, in the customer object, there can be another customer as well, right? So let's suppose Lakshman came and Lakshman wants something else. So Lakshman put this as an order. Okay. Lakshman booked AC. Now, this is another different object customer. Order is different object. Now, how we will get to know or how we can link these two objects together? Like we can say, Abhijit orders these items. Lakshman order AC. Like this is the record of orders object. This is the record of another object. So over here, we have a need to link one object record to the another object record. Understood?
Yes.
Now, in this, there is a concept parent and child. Like parent is the bigger one, obviously, and the childs are child smaller. So in this concept, what happens? Abhijit can Abhijit only order once with her client, or they can order many times?
Many.
Many times. So this customer object, this whole object will be considered as a parent. Okay. And this object will be considered as a child. Why? Because a parent can have a many child. I mean, a parent record, Abhijit can have many orders. By this way, you can understand. So we have to make customer object as a parent and orders object as a child, because Abhijit can purchase or Abhijit can book many orders. Same with the Lakshman. Okay. So that is why. Now, what is one to many? One to many is Abhijit is one record of the customer object. This record is interacting with this record is interacting with many orders at a time, many. Okay, like there can be many, but can this be possible? The same order can be booked by any other customer. Like there is a order number 22223. Is this possible? The same order number can be related to some other person as well.
Can
Abhijit
you
book.
please repeat, sir?
Yeah. Second order. Let me write it down first. Second order. Let's not give the name what they ordered. First order. So Abhijit booked first order and the second order. Can this be possible? The second order can be linked with another person as well.
Yes.
Like how? If
Like we can
Abhijit has
create.
booked, we can create anything. Just think in the real time. If Abhijit had booked us the first order, then Abhijit had booked us the second order. Can the second order be named with the Lakshman as well?
I mean, like if we are taking the example, so Abhijit book AC and inverter, and Lakshman book AC. So AC can be booked by the both Abhijit and Lakshman.
You are not booking the order, you are saying the product.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
No,
saying
sir.
the order.
No.
Okay. That is also fine, whatever you said, but that is product. EC is the product.
Yes.
It's like order is something you can say a bill number, right?
Okay.
A bill number or whatever you
Okay.
order
Okay.
from the Flipkart, there is a order ID,
Yes.
right? So can the same order ID be linked with some other account?
No.
No, na. So that is
No.
what I am asking, or I want to tell. Abhijit booked first order, Abhijit booked second order. That same order can't be associated or linked with any other person, any other
Yes.
customer. So over here you can understand only one record, like from the customer object, one record can be associated with many records of the another object. Okay,
Yes.
this one record is associating with many other. In the same way, Lakshman can be associated with many other orders, maybe third order, fifth order, seventh order, because they can book any time, any number of orders. Okay, so the concept comes up over here. Which one is going to be the parent? Which one is going to be the child? Which one is on the one side? Which one is on the many side? So it can be decided based on the requirement. So over here, the requirement is customer is going to be the parent and order is going to be the child, because any customer can have many orders. Okay, so parent can have many child. So parent is called as a one on the side of one. Child is said to be many. Understood? Now, now to relate with these two objects. Now we understand we need to relate these two objects. what's the need, and in which one is going to be parent and which one is going to be child. Now we got to know. Okay. Now Salesforce provide two types of relationship. First is master, second is lookup. Both provide the same functionality. Both support these two functions, like one can be parent, another can be child. One going to be the one and another is going to be the many. Okay. Now, which one we will choose when? And what's the difference between them? So, in the master detail, parent is mandate. What does it mean? Let's suppose you create one order. Okay. In the Salesforce, there is an object. We'll create order. You create one record of the order. Okay. And now there is a relation with the customer. Okay. Now, in the master detail, if the relationship is master detail, then that order, let's suppose the first order must be linked with the customer. Means child should be related with the parent. Understood? Must. It's a must thing. If you select the master detail. But if we select a lookup relationship between these two objects, then if you create any record of the first order, that is not mandatory to link with any of the records from the customer object. Okay. Now let me implement that will give you more insight. Create a custom. I need to create many things for this. Customer. This is the name of the object. Created first object. Created second object order. Now, I need to create a relationship between them. So I'll tell you. Detail. Just give me a second. Order. Order. There are already two objects with the name order. Which one we'll choose? This one or this one?
Custom one.
Custom one, correct. Now I need to associate order and the customer together. So I'll click new. I'll go with the master detail relationship. Click master detail option. Okay. Then they will ask me to which object I need to link with. So I'll select the customer. There are two objects with the name customer. That's an issue. How will I remember which one is? Customer. 28 एक. I've already implemented this.
And customer.
Hmm, Custom is different. Okay, sorry, it's custom. How do I know which one is customer and which one is not? So need to do it and trial right now. Customer. So I add the field name, customer. Just click next and submit. Nothing matters over here. Save. Add these object on the layout as usual. Tab customer and orders. Customer. Then another object, order. Let's go to Salesforce Classic, customer and the orders. Orders. If I click orders. Now we have created two objects. First is customer and second is orders. Okay, customers and the orders. Now let's suppose there is a customer name Abhijit. I save the customer name Abhijit. There is one order. I add order name is AA001. I click save. So am I be able to save this order? It is saying please enter the value. Now if I enter the value, this will not work. What happens is you have to click over here. It will search might be with the wrong relation it was created. Let me try. Wrong customer was selected.
Can we give the customer object by keeping it in small letters? So,
Yep. Generally it doesn't have. We have two, but generally we don't. It's already named with the order. Let me edit it.
just keeping the first letter small.
Yeah, we can do it, but right now let's not do it. Master detail. I'll select the second option this time. Second option. Now there is a relationship. Yeah. Now let's suppose there is a order A001 order name. ठीक है? Now I won't be able to save this order until unless I got to know who has booked this order. So how we can associate this, like whose person's order is this? So we will click this. We will have the name of the list of the customers from the customer object. Like from here, we only created a BG record. So we are only getting one record. But if we create many records in the customer's object, we will get many names. So let me link this one object customer. Click save. So now if you open the customer, let me go to the Salesforce Lightning experience, which is important. Customer, where is the order? AMC customer. So now you can see. Now you can see it's a detail of the customer, Abhijit. I created and all these things. If you go on to the related, you can see customer Abhijit has created one order which is AA001. If we click over here, we will move to the orders object, and this is the record AA001. You can see this order is linked with which customer Abhijit. So that is how we are going to link one object with the another object. Understood?
Yes. But in customer, we see related to the orders, but we can't see orders related to the customer.
Correct. In this, there is a difference. Which one is parent, which one is child? That depends.
Okay.
So if you, I'm telling you few more things. Don't worry. Let me create another order. Okay, try to click save. We are not able to save. They need one customer to know which orders is this. Let me create neck here. These are the records of the customer object. Okay, and these are the records of orders object. Let it won't be possible. If I open a BG, you can see this is a record of the BG. If I want to know how many orders has Abhijit booked so far with us, we can go on to the related and we can see Abhijit has booked two orders with us. So first is A001, second is A002. Okay. If we go on to the orders, AA001, we got to know which order is this. Like from which customer we got this order. AA001, we got this order from Abhijit customer. Understood? How we have to understand. Now we go on to AA002. The same question. Whose order is this? So it's order with customer Abhijit has booked this order. Okay. Now
Yes.
in this, it's not coming in the related, but it's coming in the related. If you focus one thing, Abhijit, this customer, this is linked, this one customer is linked with many orders, right? At a time.
Yes.
But over here, orders are only linked with one customer at a time. We can't select many customers for this order.
Yes.
Are we able to select? Like
No.
let's suppose if I add it, first we won't be able to do it. In the related, we will not see. So basically, only one customer can be a part of one order.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
Abhijit will be the parent and order will be
yes,
the child. Like
yes. So Abhijit is the parent. Not Abhijit. Customer object is the parent, and order object is the child. Okay. Based on the requirement, I created customer as the parent, order as the child. Okay. So Abhijit booked two orders, and we have fulfilled like one too many. One record is linked with many orders. Understood? Another thing. I told you whose order is this? We need to add the parent. Okay. Without adding a parent in the master detail, we won't be able to move further. Like if I click order 3, I won't be able to move further until there is some parent associated with this order. This happens if we create the relationship between two objects as a master detail. We created the master detail relationship with the customer and the order. Okay. Now there is another kind of relationship which we call it as a lookup. What it is? Lookup is, let me, I won't be able. Let's not delete it. What is lookup? Lookup is where parent is not mandatory. Means if I create a lookup relationship with the customer with the order, what will happen if I create new order? Let's suppose double A 003 and does not enter any name in the customer. It will allow me to say, okay, means parent is not mandatory if the relationship between two objects are lookup. But if in the case of master detail, parent is mandatory to add in the orders. So this is that one point. Mandatory to add parent if we select master detail. In the lookup, it is not mandatory to add parent. Got the point?
yes.
Now, one more thing. Let's suppose now these are linked. What will happen if I delete Rahul customer? What will happen? What do you think? What will happen if I delete Rahul record from the customer object? What will happen in this case, or what should happen in this scenario? Will
Rahul
there be
don't
any
have
effect in? Yeah.
no. Rahul don't have any orders, so order remains as it is.
Correct. So let's do it and try. I delete the Rahul's record. Okay. You can see orders record still the same. Two were there, two are there. Now, let's suppose I delete order 002. What will happen?
Nothing.
Nothing will happen. These two orders are linked with this customer, Abhijit. So nothing will happen.
If we delete two, then
No problem. I'll tell. Let's try. If I delete this order, let's suppose one order, anyone. I delete this. I delete the second order. If we go on to the customer Abhijit, you will be able to see only one order exists. There is no other order exists for the Abhijit. It's like you ordered from the Flipkart and they deleted the order history for you. So will your account will be deleted or just the order history?
just the order is.
So over here, the order history gets deleted. Okay, let's suppose if we delete the account, your Flipkart account. Let's suppose Abhijit's Flipkart account. If I delete this, if I delete, what will happen? Abhijit account will be deleted, obviously. Now, will it impact on the orders?
Yes.
So see, orders are also deleted. If the parent is not there, child will also be not there. If the customer Abhijit is not there, then where the orders will go? With whom the what will be the parent of that particular order? No one, right? So if we delete the parent, then the child will also get deleted. Okay, we delete the parent record, child records which are associated with them also delete. Understood? So this is the second point. If we delete parent, then its associated child will also get deleted. Okay, but if there is a relation between two objects as the lookup, then this doesn't happen. Parent and child are not mandatory over here. So if we delete the parent, child will not be deleted. Okay, if we delete the parent, then its associated child will not get deleted. Okay, it's just the linking between them. If it was there, then it will be removed, but child will not get deleted if the relationship between them is lookup. Okay,
Yes.
and there is one another feature which I'll not tell today. I'll implement the user stories for you to understand and to test it out. Okay, but which object, like which relationship we select when? What are their differences? What kind of relationship Salesforce provide? Okay, what is one to many or parent to child? Okay, these are important to understand. Okay, you guys can try it out at your end. A very basic thing. Just create two objects, make the relationship between them a master data. Okay, and you can try out the lookup as well. Create two objects and create a relationship between them a lookup, and just check the observations what has happened.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure you will find out many things. Okay, that will help you in writing the test cases of relationships related stories. In the real time, we use relationship in all of the objects because there is a flow. Uh, Flow can be, let's suppose if I give you one example of any business, sales related, which we're going to cover in our course. So there are different leads or the interested persons will come from many sources. Okay, we will store all the information of those interested person in the lead object. Okay, now those leads will, once the leads, once we got the data in the lead object, those leads are interested in some of the products with us, right? So they want to book some order with us. So now order is another product, product is another, order is another object, sorry, and product is another object. So let's suppose lead one want to book some product, some order with some product. So we will have a linking between them. Lead two is also interested in some product. So they will create some order, and in that order there will be some products. So there will be a linking in the real time zone in our project as well. In whatever projects you will learn over there as well. So we should know how the relationship works, how we implement it, what are the scenarios we can cover as a part of Salesforce tester. So those all the things are important. So these are the user stories. So first user story is uh, 84, 85, 86, 87. Okay. So if you want to read, you can read it out. Else, I'll implement all the 4 user stories today in this sandbox only, in this environment only, which I have gave you the access. Okay. Then you guys can directly try it out on my system. Or if you want, you can just learn the basic part of the relationship at your environment, Salesforce environment, understand the things, and then try out, test out the story in my environment. Understood?
Yes.
So, what is a relationship in a Salesforce? A relationship defines how two objects are interconnected with each other. Okay. So, how data behaves between them. Like we see, if a customer is linked with orders, so how they are linked. If we delete one order, how they are unlinked. If we delete one customer, then how both two gets deleted. So that is comes in the topic of relationship. Okay. What relationship helps? It connects related data. It shows on the related side. There is a dependency between customer and the order, so it creates a dependency. And there is to calculate summary data, which will cover tomorrow. What is this and how we can implement. In the real time, there is no user story you will get like create order object with a customer object as a relationship of master detail or any lookup. They will not use these terms. The reason is client can be non-technical. Client don't know what the Salesforce is. Client only knows what they want. Like they will tell their need in the very simple language. Like if you see, it's a very simple language. You won't feel like they want any relationship. But if you read, then you will get to know this problem can be solved with the topic sales, with the topic relationship in the sales force. So just read it out, all the stories, try out what these have written. Okay. Tomorrow I'll also discuss how we can solve it and how we can test it. Now Salesforce provide basically two kinds of relationship. First is the lookup, second is the master detail. So master detail, as I said, child cannot exist when there is no parent, or we can say if parent is deleted, child is also gets deleted. Okay. Parent field is mandatory. Okay, we can't create any order or a child when there is no parent. Okay, deleting parent, child also gets deleted. In the case of the lookup, these are not the thing. If child record can exist when there is no parent. Okay, that is not mandatory. Okay, parent field is optional. If we delete the parent, child will not get deleted. So these are few things which we understood today. That's it for today to discuss. But I'll implement and let you guys know in the group, and then you guys can test or try out these 4 stories: 84, 85, 86, 87. But in the meantime, you can implement the relationship between any two objects and just do hit and try. Okay, and read out the story, what they are saying, how they can solve our purpose. So all those things you can do in your free time. Any questions? Hmm? Any questions from anyone? Abhijit, are you able to understand?
Oh, yes, understand.
In lookup relationship, there is parents and child as well, but it is not mandatory to
Yes,
keep the parents, right?
yes. There is only difference. Those are not mandatory. Like in the master detail, those are mandatory, but in the lookup, that is not.
No. So we can keep it or not. It's our choice.
Yes, yeah, it's all our choice. it's not very strict with that we have to enter the value all the time.
Okay.
Okay. Rahul,
So basically, the summary is we have to create that master data lookup relationship field on the child object, which will show the records of that child object onto the parent object.
parent object, yes.
Okay.
We have to create like which, let's suppose we have to decide first which one is going to be the child as per the need. So in this we decided order we will be considered as a child. Okay, why? Because customer can have many orders. So now we will go on to the orders object on the child object. Basically we went on the child object. Over there we created the relationship, not from the parent object. So implementation is opposite. We go on to the child object and then create a relationship.
Correct.
Okay. If we go from the parent
We are
customer,
a child.
then customer will become a child. So we need to decide which
Okay.
one is going to be the child, which one is going to be the parent, for what reason. Then only implementation works.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
No.
No.
Okay. That's all from my side today.